Hey guys, welcome to another segment provided by Technical Options Traders. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the broad markets, what's been happening, and a couple of other things about my favorite stocks and what I think could possibly happen. So let's get started. So if we look at the SPY, long-term trend on the SPY, this green line is holding really well, still intact, showing a good strength, and which is giving me indication that SPY could push higher here instead of pushing lower. Couple of things to watch here are support and resistance levels that I'm going to talk about. If you're familiar with technical analysis, what this looks like to me, or is you're going to see an ascending triangle here. Okay, so if this breaks out here, we can have a possible uptrend continuing. Okay, a fail of this, we can see a possible reversal. That's perfectly fine and normal in a market environment. But what I want to see is, if I'm looking for a reversal, I want to see a break of the interim trend line, which is the white line there, then the long-term trend line, which is the green line here, and then the big support level at 403 to 400 level, and then I can get short. Until then, I'm not going to build a bias. S&P is healthy. It's above the 100-day, above the 200, above the 50. RSI is pointing upwards. MACD is getting tight. I'm expecting S&P to go higher. So this is my analysis on the S&P. On the triple Qs, we'll have a quick look what's been going on here. The Qs are decent. They broke out of this pennant pattern here, and they've consolidated at the resistance level at the here, which is right about here, 335. I'm looking for a break of this to push to 340. It could push lower, or if it does, my big level to watch is 317, then on to 300. Until then, consolidation continues in tech. It could be rotation out to other sectors, but if it does break through 340, target does become 348, then 360, the upper targets, and it could push higher. So far, it's decent looking above the 200 SMA, above the 100, right? And the trend line still intact long term. So the trend is still bullish. It's just resting right now, which is perfectly fine. Let's just wait and see what time tells. But I'm very bullish on the Qs as well in the long term. All right, let's have a look at the small caps, the Russell. So IWM is breaking out of this pattern here. You can call it a pennant break. It broke a little bit, but it kind of broke back down. It's very interesting. The Russell overall was, had a big break here, and it kept going higher. But right now, what I'm seeing in Russell is some strength picking up. If you look at the RSI, it's very bullish here. Right, so even though the trend is resting, it's very bullish. 8-day EMAs, 8-day SMAs up there. It's above the 100 and the 200 right now. So if Russell does decide to push higher, target will be for IWM's 230, then 235. If we can break 235 with strength, we're going to all-time highs. So I'm not going to get bearish on the Russell until it breaks 208 to 200 level. If it does break that, then possibly we could have a dip or a correction come in that can push it lower. Okay, so this is my quick analysis on the S&P 500, triple Q, and the Russell for the coming weeks. So far, all sign points upwards here until we see a reversal. So until major levels break, I'm not getting bearish. So another stock I'll talk about is what's on everyone's radar, Tesla. This is a favorite stock that a lot of retail people follow. So I have a quick study on it. So 601 level here was very important. As you guys saw, it dipped on Thursday, bounced back on Friday, which is perfectly fine. This is a big support zone that I have highlighted here. A break of the support zone is at 529 here. As you can see, this had big push here back in August 31st at this level, which it rejected. Then it pushed through that level again at 525. That, obviously not considering it's been split, but 525 is a big level, and it pushed higher. Okay, so if it breaks this 525 level, we're going to test 460 and then push lower to 300s. But until that happens, this support level has been very, very important. The interesting thing to keep in mind is Tesla right now does have an interim downtrend on it, and it's tested the support multiple times, and very recently as well. So recently the highs have not been tested, it's the lows that have been tested. So keep an eye on Tesla in the coming days. So now I'm going to talk about NVDA. I did make a video on NVDA before. NVIDIA, we're simply pushing to all-time highs after a break of a range. It was trading range bound for a long time here. Broke this range here, this resistance level in the range here, pushed back down. It had support at 467, which it didn't break. Now, when people start speculating, right, let's just say, it tests the support here, it bounced. So if you started going short and you built a short position to think, oh, it's going to go back lower, you'd probably lose money. This is why I don't trade speculative, products or ideas. I let the price lead. If the price is telling me something that, okay, it's going to break a range or support level, then I'll get in there. But see, as you guys can see, this range broke, pushed to a new range. And then this new range broke on this day, pushed much higher. Now it's built a new level here, right? So I try to keep it simple. Let the price lead. Right now, NVIDIA looks very, very strong. I think NVIDIA could have possibly a correction up until 630, 640, and then push a next leg higher. But before it does that, I can still keep going. Like the RSI is just above 70. It's at 76. Could go to 80 before correcting a little bit. MACD is looking very nice and healthy. Good volume behind it. I have no reason to get bearish on this stock either. Very strong stock right now. Another one, Amazon. I've been following for a while. These are my levels on the upper side where it could go to potentially. Amazon still long-term range bound, still hasn't figured out where it wants to go, right? It's still trading within this big range. And, once it does decide, price will tell. That will be the time to trade Amazon. Right now, there's nothing going on in the stock. It's very, very flat. It's just trading in a particular range. When it does make a move, it will be worth the wait, right? So far it's on my radar. Not much to do here. Another one that I'm watching right now very, very closely is Facebook as well. Facebook is interesting because it did break a range. As you guys can see, why it's worth to wait for Amazon. As you guys can see with NVIDIA, Facebook breaking a range, they went much higher after the range broke. Okay, so Facebook is found support here, a resistance here at this level 336. I believe it can push higher, but right now it's taking a little bit of a breather, which is perfectly fine. And so far the trend on Facebook is an uptrend, right? And once again, an ascending triangle forming here on Facebook. We can push higher up until this resistance, like 380 level. But if that happens, great. This is a good move to catch. To get bearish on Facebook, first break here, second break of this major trend line here. All right, if that does break, it'll come lower, and we'll watch the support level at 300 to break. If that breaks, we can test, the lows over here. But until then, I'm not going to get bearish. It's a very nice looking stock. Has very decent RSI and MACD. MACD is curling a little bit down, which is interesting. However, the SMAs are decent. They're very bullish right now. But this is my analysis on the index and a couple of stocks that I shared with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like what I did, please subscribe and like my videos. And if you want to see other content, comment below. I'll be more than happy to do it. Hope you guys have a great weekend.